Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're here with another review. Today we're going to look at the McFarlane Spawn Series 2 Conan The Hour of the Dragon XALTOTUN The Undead mummy figure. It comes in this nice box. On the side of the box you can see another image of the XALTOTUN right here. The Undead. Here is the behind part of it. You can see also some other figures of the line. I'm not interested in getting Conan or Zenobia or any other of the figures. So let's waste no time and open this up and see how it looks. Alright guys, so here we are, there you have the figure outside of the box. Now let's waste no time and have a closer look to this one. To be honest, I have some ups and downs for this figure. Ups as far as the details goes and the paint job and the accessories, everything is fine, 100%. One thing is lacking of this figure is the articulation and the ability to be able to stand properly on its own and no needing the base and all of this stuff. So without further ado, let's waste no time and have a closer look on the figure. It comes with this nice looking base. It has this like some groundish floor. It has this hole right here that you place this part that it has the mummy on the foot to be able to stand properly on the base like this. For me, I would prefer if this metal thing was inside this base and not on the foot of the figure. But yeah, anyway, and it also has this peg right here that you place the other foot, which is this spot right here. You place it on this one, on this peg, to make it look stand properly. It has this kind of rocks here. They have this nice brownish wash with this whitish coloration on the top of them to highlight the details. This is the underneath part of it. You can see the Conan logo, McFarlane Toys, 2005, made in China, so it's pretty old figure. This figure is just like plastic, so you don't have to worry about breaking or anything. So yeah, nice coloration, pretty light. I like this kind of yellowish thing that they use, like this yellowish sandy thing that they use right here. It fits very nice with dioramas like Egyptians and stuff like this. And now let's move on to the figure. XALTOTUN, this is the undead mummy. It comes with this nice looking spear. Now let me show you a close look to this one. He can stand really nice on his hand. So it has this nice thing like an Anubis, I believe, right here like spear, and a snake, like a cobra snake that is curved all around the spear like that, like it's alive, very nicely detailed. Let me show you a closer look to this. Very nice. I like this goldish coloration that they use for this Anubis head and the, I think it's Anubis, maybe it's not, but yeah, it looks really nice, and it has this pointy edge on the top. Probably you can use to spear someone, and this cobra snake that is curved all around this is really nicely done. Wonderful. You can see like some goldish spots here and there. So yeah, very nice stick that he is holding, and on these parts right here is, I believe, so it can fit on his hand properly and you don't have to worry about it falling down or anything. Yeah, so this is the spear, very nice looking spear or scepter, whatever you wanna call it. And this is the figure itself, XALTOTUN. As far as details go, the face of this mummy is incredible, is insane. I think it's the best. I wanted basically to have like a giant mummy on my figure, you know, like a skeleton from a giant mummy. And I think this one would fit there perfectly if you have some, you know, I don't know, plush toy or Papo figures with some pyramids and stuff like this. Even from Playmobil, I think this would look like a lot like a final boss of an undead mummy giant. Like all of these greenish and reddish coloration that they use on this part of his face, that he is wearing. Really cool looking. And what is really interesting is that on the top right here on the front of his head, it has this kind of ego thing and not like a cobra that we have used to see. So that's really nice. It has a nice chain right here with this reddish thing, which I'm not sure exactly what it is. Some bandages here and there. You can see the undead body underneath. You can rotate this part of the arm and the other one, like right here, you can rotate it that 360. You can't move the wrist or anything, it goes all the way like that. And unfortunately it doesn't have any elbow articulation to none of his hands, and it doesn't have any shoulder articulation, which means that the arms can go only up and down like this. It doesn't have, you know, you can't move them on the sides or anything. So yeah, this is very limited as far as posing goes. And yeah, the head, I suppose you can rotate it, but yeah, it's not that it can makes any special movement. Yeah, you can move it like this, but it doesn't really change that much, I can say. And it has this nice thing on the top, which I'm not sure exactly what it is or how it's called, but you're supposed to have it like this. It doesn't make sense to have it like that, if I'm being honest, yeah. But it has this nice greenish spot right here that if you put it on the top, it will cover it like that, unfortunately. But look, some nice details right here on this outfit that he's wearing. You can see all these curves, and underneath here they actually have painted all of this with this wonderful coloration. And it has also some nice sculpture right here on this spot. Fantastic. Now let's close it again like this, like it's supposed to have. Like I said, incredible paint job on these places right here. You can see some Egyptian symbols, which I have no clue what they exactly mean. I wish I knew. They are all the way down to this thing that he is wearing, and they are all pretty much different. You don't see any of these aren't the same. So yeah, if any of you know what exactly means all of these things that he has on it, please let me know. It would be cool to know. So yeah, and if you go for this body, it has this thing like an armor, I assume. It looks like an armor, like a Kevlar jacket, which is kind of weird. But and underneath here, I don't know if you can actually see, you can move it. You can move the body like this, which for me, I really don't know why you want to have him like this. Like it's already, I mean, lean forwards, so you don't want to make him lean even more. But this thing like the jacket that he has, it goes very far, I believe, and it makes it look kind of weird. But if you look it from in front, yeah, it's not that bad. But also the legs underneath here, this shirt that he's wearing underneath, you can't move the legs, unfortunately, none of them, and you can't even move the knees or the ankles. The only thing that you can move on the legs is that you can rotate this part of the legs right here, which for me, yeah, it doesn't do the job I would like. If I would prefer if he could stand properly on his own, because he's a really nice looking mummy, but unfortunately he can't. He has this thing right here hanging from his belt, which is from a rope, and this one on the other part of his belt, which is also really nice. They have added this kind of rope right here to keep. This is an Egyptian papyr, I assume. It has some nice symbols. You can see some nice texture on him. And he's holding this, I assume, like secret box of pharaohs, which very soft plastic. If you can touch it, and it has some nice symbols on it as well. I like this gold and greenish coloration that it has. And sometimes I try to have it like this, you know, like he's actually holding it. You can adjust it somehow on the arm, like he's holding this book. Even if you don't want the book and you want the papyr, you can still change it a symbol as like this and have him hold the papyr instead. Well, it's up to you. Or you can have him holding nothing and just have these two hanging around from his belt. The belt is also really nice, has this gold coloration. You can see some nice body underneath, texture of the body of the mummy, some bandages right here on his legs, and some nicely detailed boots. Of course, it's Pharaoh. They treat him with honor and respect. So yeah, and the best, I think the highlight for me is the head. I like this gold and black coloration that they use for the crown, for the thing that he wears on his head, and the details on the face is on a different level. I mean, take a look at these eyes, how nicely they have been sculpted. The skin right here on the mouth, it looks pretty much like undead. It's not like bones, but it's not like fresh flesh. It's like something in between. And it has the teeth right here. The tongue side have been painted with this pinkish coloration. Fantastic, excellent detail on this figure. The only bad thing is that unfortunately it cannot stand properly on its own without the base, and I would prefer if this metal paws were inside the base. It really pisses me off when McFarlane puts these things on the bottom of the feet of the figures. If you have a base, but you have a base for this, why you need to put this? I really don't understand this kind of logic. It would be better to have like this kind of holes on the figures and just put these things on the bases. So if you want to have it with a base, it's fine. If you don't want to use the base, or happen to lose it, it still would be fine. But like this, with this thing, yeah, it's really annoying. It, yeah, I really don't understand McFarlane, why McFarlane keeps doing these things. Yeah, but this is a very old figure, so yeah, I can't complain. Maybe I should try to put it off, put it out of his leg and just glue it on the base. Maybe it will fix the situation. If you could use and his spear or scepter, which is soft. Oh, my bad. It breaks very easily, as you can see. Now I have to glue it back again, which I will, which means that it doesn't look that it breaks that easily. It feels like soft rubbery plastic, but but the moment that you just put a little bit more strength on it, it breaks. Now I will glue it again. But if you use this scepter, like you put it on his arm and you try to use it, as an extra leg or something to help him stand more properly on his own without needing the base, I think that would be nice. I would also like to show you the arms, that they have these nice rings on them. They have some nice paint job also on them. And here is a look on the other side, on the other arm as well. It also has some very nice cool rings and some nice accessories right here on his biceps and on his arms. So yeah, anyway. And just for a size comparison, here he is next to the McFarlane Spawn Age of Pharaohs Series 33, the Crocodile King Sebek figure, which we actually happen to have it. We have reviewed it and we have reviewed it also on the channel. You can find the McFarlane playlist. I think these two scale really nice next to each other. And one of the reasons that I got it is basically because I wanted to have the two of them on the same playlist, because it both reminds me of these Egyptian monsters and stuff like this. And the good thing about Sebek is that he can actually stand it without his base. I mean, if you remove it from this thing, it has these pegs on the base, so the legs are like this, which is really nice. This is how I exactly want my figures. And he can stand really nice with them. He doesn't need the base. And also XALTOTUN don't need the base if you have him like this. Maybe it looked kind of weird because of this leg is like sitting on the air, but you can have it like walking or something. So yeah, both of them don't need the base, which is something really nice. Well, and just in case you're interested, it can stand really nice on its own without the scepter or the base. If you take out this metal thing from his leg, well, this is what I did. I just put it inside some warm water, and then with the Spencer thing I take it out like this, and there you have it. I just glue it on the base, what's left. It was longer and I cut it to this size so it can fit nicely on its leg like this. So yeah, and I think it's fine like that. And as you notice, he can stand really nice on its own, and we can give him hold the scepter just for some extra insurance. So yeah, there you have it, guys. Very nice mummy looking figure. You can use it as a giant mummy if you will. Alright, so this was, guys, the McFarlane Toys XALTOTUN figure from the Series 2 Conan the Hour of the Dragon. Thank you for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it and I helped you out. I'm gonna see you next time. Bye.